Oh, that's so much
Why are
better.
you rocking the sunglasses?
Okay.
Stevie Wonder looking ass.
Too bright.
I'm not trying to be cool by wearing my sunglasses inside, guys. I had an eye exam earlier today because I was thinking about doing ICL surgery. And in case it looked like I was just tripping balls, no, they just dilated my pupils to check them.
Oh, wow.
So the lights were very bright on my eyes this
I
entire
see.
podcast. So we finally
I
found
thought
some
you were going to say
sunglasses.
something corny as like, my future is too bright, so I'm just going to
Yeah, some like rolling shit. Yeah.
You know, it's time to...
Futures.
yeah. You gotta wear shades.
Yeah, that's what Roland said. He was like, when I asked him, I was like, "Why do you always wear sunglasses inside?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just because my future is too bright."
I remember seeing someone one time. He was balding,
Yeah.
and then because obviously his whole thing is that he looks hot and is sexy,
Yeah.
And perfect.
And then he said like his response to like the person who asked him was like, "I don't need hair that can't keep up with me." And I was like, "Shit, I should steal that."
Dude, he has so many. He's like a one-liner machine. Like my favorite one anecdote was like, you know, because he's like a massive anime fan, right? But like he's like some of the anime he's into, it's kind of questionable. So his favorite show of all time, his favorite anime is Rokubu. Right, which if you don't know is an anime about a teacher who manages a elementary schoolgirl basketball team. Right, so when you look at the cover of this show, pretty sus, right? Roland loves that shit, right? And he mentioned that in a video just very casually, and overnight he lost like 10,000 Twitter followers.
Yeah, like he even like states like he read light novels, right?
Yeah. Like he's like proper degenerate, right? And in response to that, he tweeted out this amazing tweet where he was like, "Yeah, so after I said Dokyubi was my favorite anime, I lost like a bunch of Twitter followers, but I'm not gonna look down about it. The only time I look down is when I'm tying my shoes in the morning."
Oh wow, another one-liner.
Another one, and I'm just like, damn. I don't know how he manages to act like such like a what's the word?
Just quintessential cool guy, like not.
Yeah, but like just like
nerd.
so like you know, up himself and just like so like, yeah, I'm the fucking best. But he's the one dude where I'm like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
You go off,
No
King.
one's gonna
If
argue.
you do it, you just got to commit to it, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And that's the energy that he has.
So now you have to do that with the sunglasses. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that was the whole workaround.
That was the whole workaround for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
You've already failed.
He's already stuttering.
You can't say
Yeah, you can't say
already failed, guys.
I'm trying to like cut out from my talking. It's very tough though.
I find it impossible, which is why I'm glad that I do scripted content, because I've realized after 3 years of trash taste, sometimes my brain just don't function the way I want it to. And
But like your everyday life though, like you have to talk.
yeah, I know you have to talk every day.
Like how you just sound so much more concise if you're never umming and ahhing.
I just want to get to the point like where Niall Red is at, where he's just he's managed to just cut out all
I'm trying
filler
to cut
words.
out likes as well.
Yeah, I need to cut
We
out
all need
likes.
to cut out. All three of us
Yeah.
are terrible with it.
Unfortunately, my
Yeah, we say
brain
like a lot.
Yeah.
But it's just like such a good word, you know?
Like,
It's such a good natural filler word.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking so heavily about not saying like or and it's hurting my brain.
It just takes so much mental energy. Also, I've just realized that my brain is just not concise at all. I don't know if this is a my brain thing, but sometimes I try to say a sentence and then my brain just short circuits and I'm like, I was going to say a point.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten it mid-sentence.
I saw it's just part of aging process. Isn't it?
getting
And I feel slower. Getting
That's called
older.
early stage dementia. That's what that is.
Hey, what's the Japanese word you often say? Like it's kind of like in English, like etto or あれ
Ano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's words like that.
When they say
Like,
something to me I don't understand, I'm like,
Yeah.
what you don't negotiate? Say it again, please.
but you know, even when you're speaking in Japanese, right? It's very difficult in just a casual conversation to not say things like ano and eto and stuff like that, because it's such easy.
What makes you sound more
I know.
fluent if you say it in Japanese?
Oh yeah, if you're a foreigner, all you have to do is just say a bunch of anos and etos,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, he's been living here a long
You're gonna
time.
do like a little like a.
No, the one that always impresses the Japanese people, where you're like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, that
Or
is
like
very-
Speak with like a Osaka Ben or Kansai Ben accent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you can't get to that point, just throw in a couple of
So
and immediately you sound fluent.
I know. Like you have to be kind of ambiguous speaking Japanese.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Toka, it's kind of like the same as like.
Yeah.
You know?
No, totally.
Toka, yeah. You don't actually. It's not yes or no. Like most of the time, it's not black and white.
Yeah.
You know?
I've noticed that when you speak English, you don't really say a lot of like likes and ums and ahs. Like
Your English is insane.
your English is your English is more concise than our English.
Because I want to have like a good grammar and syntax. Like when I'm speaking Japanese, I don't care. Like I'm a native speaker.
Yeah.
Like I can say whatever. But when you're speaking a foreign language, like a second language, then you want to sound smart or like you got education, so you want to put that into a sentence. So
I just because obviously from knowing 2 languages and learning a third, I'm just so impressed that you're able to. Your English is so fucking good, and you know all the slang without ever having to live in an English-speaking country.
Yeah.
Which I think is how the fuck do you do that?
I love watching TV shows.
That's crazy. I don't know how you.
I try
so
to.
good.
The whole reason I have VPN is to watch the shows.
God, I hope we have a VPN
Like
sponsor on
Brooklyn
this.
99, I have to wait for like forever.
But you watched
for the
all of
final.
Brooklyn 99?
Yes, I love 99. Damn, 99.
That's so funny.
Wait, so what were some of like the shows other than Brooklyn 99 that you used to like? I just fucking said it again. What were the shows you used to get better at your English or like learn all the slang and stuff like that?
I am watching Ally McBeal and they talk fast and they put a lot of words and that's a legal show. So you can't like, sound smart trying to sound like that actually.
Suits?
Oh yeah, Suits too. But it was more romantic
Yeah,
Suits,
Suits
like more
is so
serious.
much about legal.
Yeah, I think the shows like Friends, you can learn jokes.
legal. I mean, I watch Suits, and this is like
Suits is ass.
I kind of like it. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure for me because it's like
The first season or 2 was pretty good.
people do not talk like this, but it feels like this is dialogue written by someone taking a shower and can imagining like the shower bottles like
Harvey,
clapping.
we're getting sued.
Yeah.
Sue him back. I don't care what it takes.
Half of the dialogue in Suits is just people just throwing a file down and just walking off after saying like a stinger, and that's like the dialogue in Suits, and it doesn't replicate reality. But I'm like, this is the.
I'd like to think if I had an office in Manhattan, I'd behaving like that for no reason.
Just because you can.
It just feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I watch, I think, a lot more comedy because they talk a lot in comedy, and you can also learn the jokes. You can learn the culture of comedy
That's
there.
true.
You
Right?
should watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
You'll learn racism.
You'll learn what not to say.
Yeah, you'll learn what not to say, but you'll have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny is very good, actually.
Right. Also, the shows like The Office US. Like I've only watched the US version. I haven't watched the original version. But the first season is like, what's the F? Like, is it okay to to joke about this kind of thing? But then it grows on you. Like you're gonna start loving the character actually.
Yeah.
Like,
the first season is, I think it was
Yeah.
not well received because it
Right?
was too much like the British one.
Yeah.
'Cause in the UK, we like a lot more like,
Cynical.
like not people not being happy in our comedy. We like it when it goes wrong for our main characters.
Yeah.
So a lot of British comedy is more really awkward and cringe.
Self-deprecating, very much so.
Yeah, I think where I get a lot of my humor from, which is why in my videos I really like the kind of cringe and awkward
Right.
kind of like the pole dancing and the stripper. I like it when it's like really kind of like
It's hard
And
to watch, but you
So
can't
like,
look
fuck's
away.
sake.
Yeah, and I think your viewers enjoy that. They actually tell me to just please torture Connor more.
they tell you this.
Yeah, at the
Where?
con.
Oh my God.
It's like fuck him up.
Please do more. Please do more.
Jeez.
We want to see him break on camera.
Oh my God. I don't think anything could break me.
Oh wow.
That's a challenge.
that
Damn.
sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I'd be fine with anything.
Wow.
But yeah, I think British humor and American humor are very, very different, and it doesn't always translate over.
Right.
Especially when there's been so many examples of Americans taking British TV shows and it just being kind of a disaster. The Office is probably the only show that I think they've translated
Successful?
over well, and that was after the first season, and that's just
Right.
because they play to the strengths of like American culture and
Yeah.
American humor as opposed to trying to recreate.
I like the
British
US
humor.
Office more than the British one.
I think it's
Yeah.
better now as well.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's better.
But that's because the British Office only has like 2 seasons.
yeah, we
Oh,
don't
that's
make
it?
a lot of episodes
Yeah.
for TV shows. We
Oh,
often
so
do
kind of
like,
like in Japan.
yeah, we normally do like 6 episodes or 10 max. We don't really do more than that in a season.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone forgets, like Mr. Bean only had like 10 episodes.
Wow.
was one
that's
season.
It was
Oh, they
one
had movies,
season
though.
and a movie or two, but like everyone just assumes like,
Really?
oh yeah, Mr. Bean had like 40 seasons, right? It's like no.
They're not going to try to make more money. like in an easy way.
Wow.
I think that's how it
That's not how it
starts,
works.
right?
That's not how it works.
But considering the amount of mileage they've gotten out of that one
Bloody
season,
animated TV show.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because even in Japan, sometimes they try to make more episode for the anime that was already good, but they want to make more money and they
Oh,
kind of
no.
fell. Like I
Boruto?
wish,
Yeah, let's not talk about Boruto.
or Taxi the movie. Like
Yeah, we
we
watched
actually
Odd
watched
Taxi.
it together.
Yeah,
And like, oh damn! I hope like they didn't add that extra thing. Or-
yeah, so we went to go watch the Odd Taxi movie together, and I'd watched all of Odd Taxi, and I remember it was pretty dialogue heavy, so I was like, okay, I think I'll be fine to watch it. But it was just kind of like a rehash.
Right.
With like, they were like, we've added so many new scenes, and they
Yeah.
only added like Quentin Tarantino-esque diner interviews where the characters would give.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It was very meta. The characters would be interviewed about the
What
events
happened,
that were
yeah.
happening.
Like a
Like a
fucking-
mockumentary.
Yeah, like a mockumentary.
Yeah, so they like imagine if they just reframed all of Odd Taxi as a mockumentary, and that was the movie.
It's kind of like what they did
Oh.
with the Edward. You don't know if you remember the show. It's about lesbians, and they added like the final arc, like a final season was so weird. And I think they're just making, or they have started like a new season after so many years.
Right.
No.
Sorry, which show is this?
The L word. The L.
The L words.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never heard of it.
Oh yeah.
No.
Right.
I remember this one.
It was probably the most successful, like a big show about one of the big shows about LGBTQ.
Is that a British show?
No,
Or
it's
not?
American. It's based in
Oh.
LA.
I've never heard of this one.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I'm done.
No, I have heard of it, but I've never watched it because I remember it airing when I was, I think, in school. It must have been a very, very long time ago. At
It
least
was
school or
definitely
university.
after Sex in the City phase.
Right,
Like, there
yeah,
are so
yeah,
many
yeah.
shows about
Did you watch
Sex
Sex in the City?
I did, and I tried to get some English words from it.
It's like, is this how all Western men are supposed to be like?
Yeah, this is how women talk in New York. Yeah, and they have a new season too. Like after all years, like
They have a new season?
Yeah, they had 2 movies and they have a new season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there
Sex in the City was pretty
Yeah.
big back in the day. Sex in the
But-
City was pretty big.
No,
back
it was massive. I mean,
Admittedly, never seen an episode.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
it was
No,
a
me
cultural phenomenon, but like, so was Friends, and does anyone still
Right.
talk about Friends? Does
Yeah.
anyone still?
I do still want to watch
Yeah.
Friends, and you can watch
My
Friends.
sister's like a huge fan of that show.
Yeah.
Like constantly is
Do you
rewatching
think it's aged
seasons
well?
of Friends.
Do you think it's aged well?
Apparently so. I don't know how to watch
If
it.
fans of the show will say yes. I was never really a fan of the show. I liked some episodes; they were kind of funny, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all right, I guess.
I'm
know,
glad like, it didn't like add more episodes. Like, they had Joey
Yeah.
after that, but it ended so quickly.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Joey spin-off show.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
felt-
Yeah, they did do that.
They could try more, but I'm glad like, they didn't.
Now he's
like-
hosting Top Gear. he's not doing that anymore, right?
No, he's not doing
Matt
that
LeBlanc.
anymore.
Yeah, he
Top
was.
Gear's not. Is Top Gear still a thing anymore? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, still a thing.
I also hope. Oh, sorry. I also hope they didn't make Code Geass more. I hope they
That-
Oh
just ended.
yeah.
They
Like,
did not
the TV
need
series
to.
was great. Like,
Yeah.
Did you
fantastic.
watch Akita the Exile? Did you watch that?
What's that?
They had like
Akita?
the spin-off.
That was okay because it was a spin-off that
Yeah.
was set during the time of the main, or I can't remember if it was during, but it was like a side story. So I'm like, I'm okay with side stories, but they made a sequel to Code Geass in the movies.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, yeah.
it was
I
think-
Lelouch of the Resurrection,
And
where
in the
Lelouch came
beginning-
back.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
undid everything that was good about the
the ending.
I know,
Yeah, the ending,
right?
yeah.
They brought back Lelouch too, and like, oh wow, like why did you do
I
that?
can't wait for the Death Note remake where Light gets revived.
Yeah, that's what I like about the live action movie of Death Note because they gave us the alternate ending.
Wait,
that we
which
actually-
one?
The first one, like in Japan.
The Japanese one, right? Yeah.
That's
That's
the ending
definitely the
we
best
wanted,
one.
right? Like L
Yeah.
actually winning against like Knight, and that's what we needed.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just end there.